Where are my buttons? Yo, what's up, T-Town? What's going on, brother? What's up? What's up? Oh, let's see. How do I share this?
Are you talking to yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do I share this.
Holy hell, you're live and we didn't even edit the name of the video.
Oh, oops. How do I? Maybe I go here. This here. Oh,
All right, I did it.
okay. I did it
I
too.
changed the I don't know if that'll make a difference. What is up, Mo?
Oh shit,
Oh.
Lobo Mo. Echo, echo. Oh, it's probably
Yeah,
because headphones.
speakers on. Yeah. Is that Mo better?
That is Mo better. That's Lobo Mo better.
Oh, hell.
I know. Where is everybody? I think everyone's still dead.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know the last day was like Friday and stuff, but I came home Monday and I was just like super dead. Like it's taking more than a day or two um to recover, but it feels like it takes longer than that now. 'Cause I'm getting old.
Yeah, yeah, you're definitely getting old. What are you about? I don't know, 26 now?
Dude, if it sucks this much now, oh.
Wait till you get my age.
I mean, I did carry the baby a lot. I held her the whole time on both plane rides. So that was cool.
Well, rumor has it you were sitting down on the playwright, so it wasn't like you were like holding her
Oh,
up
I'm
or something.
like this. Because her feet can't touch the ground because it wakes her up for some reason. I don't know. It's just, dude, she's such a picky baby. She's just like, gosh, I'm tripping out. I'm tripping out. Oh, are you still echoing? Still echoing. How do you still
You
hear
have
me?
your speakers on?
No. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Hey, Jeff, are we echoing? And if so,
Yeah, and if we are echoing, who's echoing?
that's why Tim left.
Tim left? How rude.
Oh, it's better. I think it's the delay. I think he was still hearing our old stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to have to go in your room and fix it because I'm looking at my stuff and it all looks right, and I don't see any echo on my end on any of the meters. So I was like,
Hi, Dusty.
Dusty, what's up? Did you get your film, or is that going to be tomorrow?
Hi, Ryan. Oh, I'm making sure it's about 300 left. Dude, you and your wife are killing it. I've been keeping up with you over the span of the last week, and 1,000 shirts is nuts. And I think the first day, you guys killed like what, like 400 shirts between one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me, Tim um has this new process, and it's a limited run process, but we have a limited supply, I think about 30 dash towels with the secret ghost logo in it. I mean, the logo is vibrant as hell, but it's got like an Easter egg. It's a ghost logo.
Yeah.
It's really, really sweet.
Limited edition, only available at Sun Distributing.
While supplies last.
Exactly. These will be the only time they'll ever be made. Maybe.
They are bananas, guys. If you don't have one, get one.
And the material is
We'll po-
awesome.
we'll post a link.
They say the Ghost logo ones help absorb extra water. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's a lot of shirts. And
That is a lot of shirts.
I really like the things that you do for your community, and in turn it gets you like the support from your community.
Yes.
And like that's what helping your community out gets you. It gets you 1,000 shirt orders. That is insane. I couldn't even fathom an 1,000 shirt order. It's a lot of shirts.
There's something to be said about giving back. But yeah, so if you're
Oh man. Yep, yep. Jeez. I wish this like
Yep, there it is right now. If you want one of those limited edition ghost towels, they got the vibrant logo right on the front of them, and then hidden off to the side is like the ghost logo. Yep. Neat new feature. And if it's popular enough, we might run them as production, but as of right now, there's only 30 in existence. You know what I don't like about the QR code? It's hiding you, Alex. It's covering your face.
it's okay.
What's up with that?
Oh no.
So on a scale though, a scale from 1 to 10, how much improvement was this year's family reunion over last year, seeing how you bogarted both of them?
Dude, it was the bee's knees. I mean like I wish there was like a way where we could like both go, because everyone was very sad that you didn't
Well,
make it.
there is. All we have to do is just leave Ayana to handle everything. And I'll tell you what, last week was like the busiest week of the year.
Dude,
So that
last
would have really
last
like
last week Monday was the busiest day of the year. I don't know what happened. Like everyone just knew. Oh, maybe everyone did just know that it was family reunion time, so they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta like order up." But I don't know. It was good. It was quite the improvement. It was at the Athens Classic Center, which the sign outside read that that some of the Olympic Games took place there. So that was kind of cool. So
it's-
it kind of felt like a window tinting Olympics because it was at an official Olympic center. And
well, that's kind of
that
cool.
makes sense. Athens, Athena, Greek. So that's cool.
That makes all the sense.
Yeah, and then
So,
the rumor is that they're trying to make that the home venue. So it could be quite possible that it'll be hosted there every year. And while the event space was like super huge, it still leaves for expansion because it could be combined with the event space next door to it. So that was really cool. Um, Sean says it was good to see me. Glad we got a chance to chat for a little. I had a really good time hanging out with the Voglers, and I didn't know that there was so many of them, but they're all good
is there a
people.
lot of them?
Yeah, he brought the whole family.
Dang.
Yep. It was.
I missed all the good stuff. And the worst part is I was going to go this year. And then you're like, well, I already got my tickets and my hotel's booked. Well,
It
so
might
much
have
for
not have
that.
been a bad idea to not go because I am so broke now. But it's giving me the push to like create some sort of like post saying, "Hey, I'm here to tint some windows. Where you at?" And like I don't know, like I see these people post their like entire like tint menu or service menu, and I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Sean hooked us up with a bunch of installer grade tools, and he came out with this. I don't even know how to describe it because I've never seen anything like it before. I had something similar. You remember how Tinta came out with those like black things? Those like I don't know how. Well, Sean's got one. It reminds me of kind of like the Fusion side piece, but it was razor sharp. It was like razor sharp, and I used it to cut pizza, and it worked really well.
Oh,
It was so sharp. Like
ah,
I'm talking one swipe, and like the pizza was cut. I was very impressed.
nice.
Yeah, and like it was so sharp that I had to like double check and make sure I didn't bring it on my personal luggage before going onto the airplane because like there would have probably been like, what the fuck is this? And like I would have gotten in trouble.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
That
There was a lot of neat new stuff that I got to check out, and the only thing I didn't try out was 3M's Braze windshield uh skin because well like
yeah.
I don't know, I didn't really like want to go out my way to give it a try. I saw that there was like a little timer box in front of it and it was the blindfold challenge. Had I known that it
Uh,
was a contest to win a roll of it, I might have participated. I thought it was just for kicks and giggles, you know. But yeah, like people were installing it blindfolded in like 2 to 5 minutes, and I was like very impressed with that. And I guess
Yeah, I
it's
saw a couple of those videos.
yeah, and I guess like the thing is that it's not polyester based. It's like a urethane or something. I don't remember the science behind it, but um,
Stretchy.
yeah, stretchy. I heard it's kind of like a mix between PPF and vinyl, like as far as the feel for it. And
I don't
then
know. Somebody needs to come out with something that's decent because I don't know. I've tried a bunch of those windshield protectant films, and the hardest part is when you're trying to sell something like that is getting your head around the negative aspects of it. And one of the big negative aspects of all the ones that I've tried is orange peel. There's like a little bit of a distortion factor. And I get it, the stuff is thick, but it's just it's just difficult. And so I'm rooting for everybody that comes out with a new one until somebody comes out with one that just shuts all the rest of them down, and gives them crystal clear good performance.
well, and then what better way to push something out like that than all these companies competing with each other to come out with the next best thing? Like I think that's the only way that you're going to eventually get to a point where, I mean, even like for us Northerners, though, we got get a lot of ice build up on our windshield wipers and salt and all this stuff. Like, what's to say, you know, that's not. And then the fact that we gotta like scrape our windshields too. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of these.
Well, with that stuff on in Michigan, you're not scraping windshields. You're going to wait for your defrosters to do their jobs, at least for now.
Um, an
What's up, Cash?
Lovo,
Are
no,
you all recovered?
that Cash has got no time for recovery. He is still in the groups, just chatting away. He's already planning for next year, like now, which is probably not a
Cash
bad
is
thing.
like, Cash is like, this is my life. What am I recovering from? This is just another day.
You know what they say? Like the best way to cure a hangover is to just drink more, and like that's Cash, but work.
Speaking of drink more, I mean, it's been like, what has it been, like 14 years since I've had a drink?
Oh, jeez.
But these fellas over at the WFR got me this cool little thing. Check this out.
Hey, what's up, Antonio?
I mean, I got one of these from Rodney, which is super cool. It's a Dehydra. That's my second one now, custom Dehydra. I'm starting a collection of things. I got a couple of really cool knives, which we're going to open them and check them out here in a second. But check this out. I don't even know what to do with this thing. So we decided we're going to go ahead and put it in a case, and I'm going to display it because I don't know what else to do. So the knives, I already looked at this one. It says,
Sean said it'd be great for prune juice.
oh, yeah. So when I get as old as Sean, I'll have a use for it. um, so I got the family reunion. What does this say? I can't read it on the screen. Welcome to the revolution. And then I got this other one that's powder coated. It looks really like, I have no idea. I haven't opened it yet. The other one was already open, so I got to see it right away. But I wanted to wait until we were live before I opened this and took a look at it. That way, if it's really cool, you'll see it. And if it's not really cool, you'll probably see that too. Oh, dude. Hold on. Let me get it out of here. Radar member. Oh, it's because they think I'm special. Look at that. And they even powder coated and is that, is this a wrap? What is this?
No, it's
No, it's
powder
powder
coat.
coated.
Yeah, we met the powder coater
Uh,
too. He's a cool guy.
did they powder coat and then print, or powder coat and wrap, or
I don't
I
know.
don't feel no wrap. How did they do that? That is
Yep.
freaking
It's
awesome.
all Sean says it's all powder coated.
Oh, that's badass.
It's very detailed.
Very. Did you guys see that? I'll show you one more time. See if we can get it up there and focus on it a little bit. Oh, it won't focus. Get my face out of the way. Oh, it's not going to focus. Rude. But yeah, it says radar member 23 with the WFR logo on the snapper. That is badass.
Yep.
Thanks everybody from the radar team for
I'm telling
noticing
you,
me.
like, the market for custom red dots is insane right now. Cause like I feel like everyone's doing custom red dots right now. I'm actually considering trying to remember who that guy is. It's 3D printing those red dot displays.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's starting to get to the point where we could use one of those.
I made it a point to check out what's his name? Roger Mann? No. I can't everyone's names is mixing up.
That name sounds familiar,
Yeah,
but
Roger Mann.
I'm so good with names that I'm not
He
good with
is
names.
the Red Dot King. And he does the laser etch red dots. So
Yeah, yeah.
I picked up some from him. Yeah. I got me an all coach one.
That's what matches your purse.
Yeah, Ryan Real. I met Ryan Real. He's a really nice guy. He feels very humble and he's kind of like soft spoken, but really cool dude. Very very kind. Um
Ash is following along. Oh, what a cool thing to have missed out on. You know what's cool though is a company called I think it's 12voltsupply.com had laser engraved um red dots before it was cool.
oh really?
So yeah, I would every now and again get somebody one with their name on it, and I got John Little one years ago and he thought it was the coolest thing. But they just that's all they did with them is just engraved in a pretty generic font. They didn't give you a choice. And it was still cool because you know it was your red dot with your name on it. So Charles, for being his best man at his wedding, he got me one with my name on it and one that said Tint Squad on it. So that was kind of cool. I got those sitting at home on my file cabinet. But if I ever got a holder, now I got enough to put in
Oh,
a display.
and then the giveaway car got a red dot wrapped in the same color as the car. So the car came with a matching red dot. That was cool. Not sure if Alex even gave it to. Oh, Rick's got his hat in his hat.
Alex did give
pyramid.
it to me. So yeah. Try to show off my hat pyramid up here. I'm starting to get a little bit of a collection. Let me see if I can switch to. There's my hat collection, and that doesn't have all the hats in it. Let's tilt this down a little bit. And then, holy hell, Batman! There's so many things. There we go. There we go. That's a little better.
Tim's like, yeah, that's because you know one of the best hat makers out there.
Yeah. I got the one that says Tent Whisperer. That's at my house though on my dresser. Cause I took that one home with me. Cause it, you know, I don't know. I don't know why I took it home. I need to bring it back because it can go with my hat pyramid. But yeah, so I got a few hats and I'm digging it. And you notice the one there on the far right, Radar Rick 23. That's super cool.
That's
So
very cool.
Yeah, definitely digging the hat scene. I got a couple other hats before I realized I was starting to collect hats. And how many of you guys, let's switch back to this. Um, how many of you guys have one of these in the film business hats? Because that was a that was a fad for a minute. He put out a bunch of those hats, but then
That was
they kind
before
of
me.
disappeared. But I got one. That was before Alex's time.
That was before me.
But yeah, so that might be my favorite hat still, just because it was like the first hat. Oh, you know what? I don't have. I don't have a Sun Distributing hat up there either. Holy shit, Alex! We can't give away that last Sun Distributing hat because I need it for my pyramid.
Yep.
Even though I think I got one at home that I actually wore and got dirty out at the park. So there's that. But I try not to wear my hats because I'm just weird like that. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Cash got one of those. The Alex, it wasn't before Cash's time.
Sun Distributing was his first.
We like being somebody's first. Um, so what else is new? Nobody
Well,
knows. My dad loved my hat, took my radar out of 5 hats I had, including, it's all moving so fast. 3 Tinners for a Cause hats. I got 1 Tinners for a Cause hat. Or did I get 2? No, I got 1. I got a lot of hats. And I don't even have a lot of hats compared to some people.
dude, I think Billy's got a lot of hats.
Tim, I make hats whenever I need. Like this weekend, bought new shoes, had to make a matching hat.
Yep. I would totally do that too. Like I'm not even mad about that.
No. Especially when, you're selling hats, so you're running different kinds of hats, so you can give yourself a variety too. You can be like, you know what? I think this hat fits my style this weekend. What do I want to put on it? Oh, you didn't get a chance to get Dean to sign your hats? That's terrible.
Dude, I'm not sure if Cash had time to do anything. That man was.
Cash takes on all the responsibilities.
Yep. Sounds about right. Honestly, like I feel
That's
like we would have
awesome.
been lost without Cash. Like,
Well, and you need somebody that's willing to stay focused on the whole task at hand the whole time. And that's super cool of Cash to just step into those shoes, because that's a big ask. I mean, it's really, really hard. I watched for the first 2 years, I watched Carlos with Tinner battles, running around frazzled, just trying to keep it all together. In year 2, he had a little more help than year 1, but he didn't have that one person that was kind of the guiding force. In year 3, he finally got that under control, and it looks like, I mean, there's one up for family reunion because, you know, we found Cash, and Cash is like, yeah, I got this. Watch this. Got his little clipboard, running around, barking orders, pointing fingers. Did not want to do an interview on Facebook Live. Um,
walkie-talkie, headpieces. It's crazy. He was looking like a tinning Agent Smith.
yeah. Speaking of Agent Smith, we need more good movies. I feel like things have been lacking in the blockbuster arena.
Yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with the strike.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody out there in video game land, all you gamers, how many of you guys are like Xbox gamers? Because, like, I might have just got a new Xbox System X and I don't game. So, I would like to know what should be something I should focus towards to see if I like to game. Because maybe I could just lose my life in a video game. Because that should make the home life a lot better.
Cash, you didn't get pictures, but you did get live footage of my daughter picking out the car winner. That was pretty cool.
That's a major win.
Cash said, "Stick to the
Yeah,
Jeep."
just stick to the Jeep. The Jeep's getting expensive. Scary expensive. I do got a couple of trips coming up in October. I'm going out to Utah, and in November we're going down to Hollerwood and somewhere in Kentucky. I forget the town. And later this month, I think the 16th. Yeah, I'll be leaving the 16th. So 17th, 18th, and 19th will be in whatever that Drummond Island and the Upper Peninsula. So we got about 2 weeks for that. But last weekend, me and Mary both had to go out and break our Jeeps. So we we have a whole expensive process going on right now.
I heard about Mary's. I didn't hear about yours.
Mine is kind of minor. I just, I landed my differential on something apparently too hard and cracked the seal, and so it's leaking. And so it's just a lot of disassembly and reassembly. It was about a $30 gasket. So it wasn't expensive in that aspect, but it is going to be a big thing that I don't have time for. So it'll be, in comparison to the part, it's way expensive in the labor. But it is what it is. I need to get the kind of ambition that people like Cash and Jeremy have. Lobo, so that air suspension stuff is really cool for on the road kind of vehicles, but off road vehicles, it would never hold up to what I do. I can try to see if let me see. I'll
Lobo
try to find a
says that there's
video.
an off-road one.
But I don't need to I don't need extra height. I need to actually lower my Jeep more, but I don't have the space to lower it. So that's its own thing. Let's see. Here's
He said he used it in the Moab. What's up, Jeremy?
well, this is just a little from this weekend. And this is probably where I busted my seal open. But this is the kind of stuff that I like to go do. And we already designed a little skid plate for my diffs because Well, you know.
He said check out TFL Off-Road YouTube channel. He says that they have some videos on it.
And I can't afford stuff like that. That sounds relatively novelty compared to this wasn't actually a super gnarly climb either. It was fun, but the side by side sitting up there, he's broke. He broke his CV joint. So I was going up to see if I could help him. I wasn't sure if he was stuck or broke, so I was gonna pull him out, but then he's like he was broke, and he was telling me that there's a guy coming up to the top of the hill to pull him up that hill to get him out of there, because sometimes that's what you have to do. Oh, well,
Dude, thanks,
here I
Jeremy.
go.
Are you talking about my singles placement? Because I'm pretty damn proud of it. I feel like a freaking gangster now.
You are the gangster.
Dude,
Hey, there's Jeremy. I need Jeremy ambition, so after work I can just spend the rest of my night not sleeping and drinking Red Bull and working on stuff.
dude, I feel like if I can go in there as a two stager with only 3 years of experience and only tending on Saturdays, like, and pull a 90.5, anybody should be able to.
Not terrible.
I mean, some people like scored in the 70s, some people scored in the 80s, but me, I scored in the 90s, just barely.
It was 90 enough, Alex.
It was 90 enough.
It was 90 enough. That's all that
Oh
matters.
man. And you know what? Like, I could just have Charles like tell me like, "Hey, watch out for this, watch out for that," and he could repeat himself all day, every day, and it just won't get burned into my brain. But for some reason, when the judge tells me what's wrong, like I'm like, "Oh shit, I can't do that again."
Right?
Dude, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. That's comparing with the best in the industry. I feel it. I was really impressed. There was a guy that was a fairly new tenor, and it was his first year ever competing. And jeez, I can't remember any of these new people's names.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
I'm
shout them out though. Let me find it. Oh, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to figure out his name, but he came in there with an Autobahn roll and not Autobahn, GeoShield. So I'm like, oh, dude, you're like one of like Matt's followers and stuff. He's like, yeah, I watch Matt and stuff. And he's talking. I don't think he like knew a lot of people there, but I hung out with him for a little bit, and he placed like really high in his heat, and he actually made it to uh he made it to the second round. And I was like, dude, you did really good. I hooked him up with the Helios roll because I like helping
That's sweet.
people. What's up, Trey?
Yeah.
What's up, Alex Serrano? Alex Serrano, man, that's a good dude too. He came and he like hung out with us and played with Vivian a little bit. He also almost crashed his drone mid
Oh no.
competition. Yeah, he got distracted by a little girl. She was like asking him questions and stuff while he's like flying it, and he got stuck in the rafters and started ping ponging everywhere.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Yeah, but
I might have to be freaking out at that point.
but he's a good dude. He helped me flick off my finger with me. We both flipped off my window. Dude, Alexa Steele killed it.
There's Alex getting down. Got the hat turned backwards. Just getting it.
Doing shank in my mouth stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot safer
Wait.
than your knife in your mouth.
Yeah. Dude, well, I had to cut my pattern twice because I don't normally like tack my pattern if I'm still cutting my side to side. And I like tacked it without realizing I tacked it, and I'm like, why is this stuck? And then I like extra nudged it and then crushed the whole like bottom front corner into the mirror. And I looked at it and it looked fine. I'm like, ooh, that's a close one. So I put it on the peel board to like clean up my corners, and then like, oh nope, there's a crinkle there. And I was like, ah, man. I'm like in my head, like, how many points for a crinkle? Like, nah, I probably shouldn't. So I was like, all right, I guess, well, you know what? We'll put this one to the side, and maybe I'll have to live with the crinkle, but we'll cut another one just in case. So like, I saved that one, and then I cut a new one, and then I ended up using the new one. Go back, look at that Helios box. Yeah, dude, Helios represent, man.
Oh yeah. Although I lost it.
Dude,
Damn it.
I got a lot of videos and stuff. I can't figure out who, like, I think it's like Sean. Sean posted a lot of videos. Sean G Tintman. My wife recorded some videos of me too, but like it's just like her in the middle of holding the baby, and like so like the camera's just like all over the place. So like the only like good footage she has of me is me cutting out the pattern and shrinking my window.
There it is. There's that Helios box.
Everyone was so paranoid about the Camry compared to the Altima because they're like, "Oh man, at least you don't got to worry about the shrink on the Altima." And I'm like, "But like at 10 Squad, we shrink everything, so I don't understand what the big deal is." And like,
because the Camry just requires more shrink. It's deceivingly curved.
I don't know. So I shrunk it on the window, and then I added a snap to it, and it was like fine.
I don't do none of that. I just do the snap thing just across the bottom. I see people start their snap up higher in the window and then shrink out the fingers they created. And I'm like, but why? I don't know. But then again, there's a reason they call me the Tint Whisperer, because like,
and then people were still finding things to complain about on the Altima, like saying that the seals like have less coverage, so people were cutting their patterns too short and not covering all the way side to side.
That is a blessing, though.
It is.
I mean,
I don't know.
Crybaby pansies. You know, if I had something to prove, I'd just go show everybody how it's done. What's up?
I think you would place top 3 for sure. I think you should compete next.
Nah, maybe. I don't know. My emotions don't enjoy competing.
I think you should just do
it's stressful.
It's not that bad.
No, you don't understand. My emotions do this thing inside of me that really I don't enjoy it.
So what if you throw a hard card at somebody?
It's not that.
I'm sure if your MacTac makes it halfway across the convention center, I'm sure everyone understands. It's soft. No one's gonna get hurt by it.
I don't throw things. I just get all like the adrenaline gets going a little faster than I enjoy.
Everyone gave me mad props because I finally snapped on Charles.
Yeah, somebody needed to tell that man exactly what was up.
I felt really bad. I didn't mean to I tried to real hard and snap but not snap. like I don't know.
Well, my recommendation on, you know, allowing yourself to get to the point of snapping is usually still unproductive because another person would see you as overreacting. You're fortunate with Charles because he'll listen to you, especially when you surprise him like that. Now, if you were
But that's what
normally like that, then
That's what throws
it,
me off guard though, because people usually don't react that way. I was expecting something coming back, and he was giving me a hug. And he was like, "Dude, I really appreciate you doing that to me because that helps keep me in line." I'm like, "No, you're supposed to yell back." Oh, dude, Alex Serrano wants to get on the podcast.
oh yeah,
Yeah, can we shoot him a link?
yeah, give him a link.
All right.
Do it. Then I can see who we're talking about here.
You might recognize Alex. You might not, but he's a good guy.
I sometimes struggle to recognize people. I definitely struggle to recognize names.
All right. I sent you a link on Messenger. You should be able to click that link and
You
you'll
might
find
have
it.
to copy the link and paste it in a browser though, because Facebook does this funny thing with links, outside links sometimes. And it'll try to open it in its own browser, which won't give you the permission settings for your camera and mic. So you may have to or you may have to copy the link and just open your browser and paste it. Yeah, you had a lot of stuff down there, Tim. A ton of stuff down there.
Dude, everybody had a T-Town pen to write stuff with. Anytime I looked at someone's hand that needed to write something down, it was a T-Town pen. Very good idea. And then if you paid attention and you someone's recording something, but if you look in the corner against the wall, there's always a box somewhere with T Town's logo on it. T Town was
Well,
everywhere in there.
yeah, might just need to make a statement. I think I need to make this statement one day. Maybe one day I will.
Ooh, I heard a noise.
We have
There we
him.
go.
What's
Hey,
up?
what's up, dude?
Uh-oh, still working out the audio.
Uh-oh.
Nope, it hates you. It's okay, it hates
Got it.
us most of the time too.
Do you recognize him though?
No, maybe.
He might be past your time. Yep, still can't hear you. Dude, you're gonna be there next year for sure. Oh, he's gonna retry it. Oh, we got some more viewers. Hi, new viewers.
Hi, new viewers.
I don't know who you are, but I see you.
We know you're here.
Or know you. Yeah. Hey, Don Vowels. How's it going, sir?
What's up, man?
What's up, Invasion? Good to see ya.
Don Fowles is a trooper.
He is a
That
trooper.
that
Maybe
man
you
went
and
and
him
had
should do
some.
teams.
There's a thought, but that means that me and him would also have to be willing to leave our businesses behind for a week. Although I hear a rumor that he trusts his people. My people do good. They just sell out of everything, which I guess is good and bad at the same time.
Oh, I'm so excited. I got a 2014 E350 4MATIC after I get out of here.
You do?
Yeah, I did one of those a couple months ago. It wasn't too bad. I just got to remember to cover that ECM in the back trunk. Though I don't really think I should have to because of like I have a different squeegee pattern for those just so I can like minimize the water out that side.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
oh no, surgery. I hope it went well and I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, he had spinal cord surgery.
Whoa.
Yeah, rumor has it they shoved a steel rod up his ass to make his back straight and then told him it
So
was like going to be okay.
is that what you were preluding to when he says he's got good guys he can trust?
Yeah. He's got a good crew down there. I was glad to, he had his grand opening in his new location and I got to from afar watch him like build it and plan it and spend a ton of money on it and then he opened it and I just couldn't find my way over there until one day he's like, "Hey, you know what?" And it happens to everybody. He had this bug down there that was just kicking everybody's ass. And you know how it goes. The more frustrated you get with something, the harder it is to get over the hurdle because your mind won't let you settle down enough to just work through it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go out there because I've been looking for an excuse to go out there anyways. And man, he's got a good crew of people out there. I'm not going to lie, I might have been a little bit jealous. Been to the shop one time in the last 8 weeks. Dang.
Hey, see you later, Lobo. It's good talking to you, man. Have a good
See
week.
you, Lobo. We was glad seeing you. A lot of people ran just now. Wonder where they went. I wonder who they were. Oh. Scared them all away when you said, I don't know who you are, but I can see you. They're like, oh my God, they're looking through my camera.
Oh man.
You are done. You put together one hell of a show over there. I swear to God. There is a lot of people in this industry that would kill to be in your situation. To find somebody locally that's got a pole barn they want to rent out.
Oof. I need a pole barn.
On one hand, it'll cost money, but on the other hand, it would save a lot of money. Alex, you just need to to buy a house with a pole barn.
And then you can use my pole barn whenever you want.
Yeah. You'll think it's for tinning. I'll put in a hoist and welders and torches and all the things. Oh, good Lord. Huh. Not a
Oh,
whole
Maverick, you
what?
still down there?
Huh?
Yeah, Maverick's going from tent shop to detail shop to mechanic shop, offering all the tents from Athens, Georgia, all the way back to Oregon. He's just going place to place.
So he's not going to be swinging through Michigan. Rude. Because I don't know
Oh,
if I mentioned, but we like visitors.
he's like,
You
he's
know,
like,
I got to tint some windows while you're gone.
did you really? That's
Yeah.
what I heard. You had to go
I didn't have to
out
do
there.
anything.
What was it, Thursday?
Don't tell me what I have to do. I will punch you in the face. Okay, I won't, but
What
I will
was it?
threaten to. It was an Audi TT. I told Mary, I'm like, that's a little ambitious for oh, what the hell's his name? Luke. And she's like, yeah, well, I
Oh,
know now.
was it Friday? Oh, there it is.
Try it again. Hey,
Yo, I hear you. Oh, there it is.
try it again.
You guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
got audio now.
Dude, how are you? How you recovering?
Finally.
See if we can. There we go. Now we got you full size.
There you go. I was playing around with the camera. What's going on, guys?
What's
Hey
happening?
man, how you doing?
Man, this thing is so low. Hold on.
Nice office.
Not getting my Bluetooth. Hey, man.
Is is that your office?
Yeah, it's the office. Got all the stuff here. Can't go wrong with the Hot Wheels. All full of Hot Wheels with the magic, the magic stuff there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Alex was admiring your office because he's got a pegboard too, or corkboard.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just been working. I got the guys working right now. Um, you got all the cameras here showing. I can see everybody there.
Oh yeah, I got the
Oh,
same thing going on over here. That's how you gotta roll.
yep.
Let's see.
Yeah. But you did pretty good, Alex. Some of the stuff that comes along with the jobs and stuff that we do here, it's pretty much just understanding what you're doing. It comes down to a lot of that. I've been in the industry almost 20 years, about 18 years doing this stuff now. And I mean, I know just about everything you can think of about any trick and stuff in the market that they can think of. I've been doing it.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah.
It is
So
a long time.
it's a long time. So we have a lot of tools like the tools at the. I picked up a few tools from you guys as well. And yeah, I mean, I came to the show to say hi to you guys.
Hell
It was pretty
yeah.
cool.
Dude, it was pretty
We
cool.
appreciate that.
What was your favorite thing about it, if you had
Oh,
one?
no, 'cause I can't hear you guys. It's low. Let me put my Bluetooth on. Maybe that
Okay.
helps. You guys hear me
We're not,
good?
yeah, we
Yeah.
hear you real good.
Let me see if I can increase my volume over here.
I wonder if that means that we're not loud enough for maybe, I don't know. I'm not good with the audio thing. I mean, I kind
I
of
don't know.
understand it, but there's a lot going on with
Just got it.
audio.
There you go. I just fixed it.
Aha.
I can hear you
That's
guys
better.
loud and clear now.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was a good time and it was an experience and like what hits me the most, like the hardest is the fact that like I know that there's like where my vulnerabilities are, but like there's just like so much things going on that like even with knowing where my vulnerabilities are, like it was hard to like stay aware of that or like a couple steps ahead of that, you know? Like water at the top edge, for example. That's usually my weak point. That's like usually where like I'm always reminded like, hey, like wipe your door off and like check your top edge because that's like where you seem to be like struggling at, and to like see that being marked by the judges kind of like hit, you know.
Hey, Alex. So,
Yo,
so a lot of the things that you got, that new tenors got to remember and create. It's, and I always tell this to everybody when I train people. It's you guys got to be able to create a routine, and you have to keep the same routine over and over and over because if you fail to do those routines, things like that happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that if you don't address from now, you're gonna keep doing that mistake over and over and over.
Yeah. If
And it
the
doesn't
if
matter how
the
many
muscle
times you
memory's
try. Huh? Yeah,
if the muscle
yeah,
memory's not there, then in a competition situation when the nerves get going, your brain is
uh,
not going to function properly.
yeah. And so I don't know when you saw me doing the competition. Which, by the way, I had a blast. So, at the competition, I was able to be as a part of a team that got me in, and it was pretty cool. The only thing that it was crazy was that my team panicked. It was cool. I mean, I love them all. We all did a great job, and it doesn't matter if we did good or bad. We all team.
Yeah.
And I had to step up and help them. And it was cool. I loved it. It was cool, but they failed to follow the routine, and that
Well,
and that's the big mistake, huh?
sometimes just the idea of competition. I don't compete. People ask me why, and I just tell them it's because I got nothing to prove. But the reality, I've been to a couple of the conventions where they'll have the heat shrink contest or whatever, and just doing that, my nerves get way up here, and I don't like that feeling, and I can't imagine having to tint half of a car or whatever with that feeling the entire time. I don't. I mean, I feel like I'm going to have a stroke or a heart attack. I just can't.
I mean, it does happen. I mean, you get to a point where you don't need to do it no more. Like I don't prove anything to nobody but myself, and I just do it for fun. The fact that I can hang out with all my buddies, all my fellow tenors. I get to see new faces. It's amazing. The fact that you can do and help others. It's amazing, man. And that's what I do it for. I don't do it to
Yeah, for
become the
sure.
best or what I do. For me, it's a passion. I love it. And if I can teach anybody a different way to do it, do it, which is not explaining to them how to do it. It's basically showing them how to control it the way that they can feel better doing it. Because
Yeah,
a lot of people, what they do is they teach you their way, and they get mad at their way because you're not doing it their way, and it's not. We all different human beings, and we don't work that
hmm
way. you know,
Everybody
and
that
the
I've
thing,
ever trained, you have to really look after a couple of years. You have to really look for those things that you taught them because they do. They all mold themselves after. My only requirement when I teach somebody is you do it my way first. And when I let go of the reins and I let you eat, that's when you start figuring out what works better for you. But right now, you don't know what works better for you. So I'm going to show you what works better for me.
correct.
And then from there, if you don't
Yeah,
like how this is working, then you can try that because then you're going to have something to gauge it on. Did it really work better for me? Or is it like, is he right? And I just need more practice. But if you don't learn one way first, then obviously you've got no benchmark, nothing to say, well, my way's better because I tried it your way. You can't say that if you never tried it somebody's way. So
that's
that's my
true.
only requirement during training. But I've learned a lot from people years later that I've trained,
Oh
and
yeah, and then we still learn, and we're still learning, man. And it's amazing because there's things that I can learn from Alex, and Alex is it's a new beginner, and some things that he can learn from me. I mean, it's every day we learn something new. We just gotta stay humble and help each other out because if we on that title of I'm best and I'm the best at what I do, then all creating an issue.
I mean, don't
We,
get don't get me wrong. I tried to pick up that whole bottom loading thing, and honestly, I just felt like a girl trying to throw left-handed. I just when I haven't really tended a car. Actually, hold on a second. I got to take this phone call.
uh, but so that's a lot of things that a lot of the people in the industry doesn't learn or teach people is to understand it, and just it's difficult, man. But I go have fun at the event. It's pretty cool. I like it, man. You did great,
Dude,
Alex.
I thank you. And yeah, dude, I feel like just being a spectator in the competition was just like such a great opportunity to like learn and see like things happening firsthand. Like I seen YouTube videos of people like talk about the scroll roll, but then like I saw Kyle Whalen do it like on that back glass and then like actually place because of it. It was like wow, like so there is like good results to come from scroll rolling and like watching people do silver sharpie, even though I don't silver sharpie. Um, I picked up some stuff from Steve Reeder because I watched him pretty closely, and
Yeah,
he's like the only one that's really like cleaning like the top pillars of the car. He's like using his towel to like wipe the peel board. He's like very meticulous in everything he does, and um, almost everyone there was just like super good at shaving windows and I'm like dude like so my
well,
goal right now until like from now to September is just to tint my car over and over just for the practice of getting shaving down like post install
yeah.
that's
I
like
mean,
one thing I definitely want to improve.
yeah. I mean, and definitely, man. Shaving is a skill. It's not something that's given. It's shaving is a skill. You have to learn it and perform it. The best way you can do it. Um, I love that's one of my defining on my installs. It's basically shaving. And when they
Yeah.
told me I couldn't shave, I was like, no, because
Yeah.
that's like my touch. So it was a little difficult for
Yeah.
me to do the job without shaving, but it was not impossible. I mean, it just gave
Yeah.
me a new challenge, and it was pretty cool.
But in the final rounds they were allowed to shave, and I was watching Byung-woo, Korean tenor. I was watching him shave, and like I held my breath the whole time he shaved because that's what I do when I watch someone shave. I hold my breath because I just like it's just that intense to me. And he makes it halfway across the window, and then he lost his film. And so he had to like snap the blade and then like start and he's like checking it. Maybe I start we're gonna start back on this side. And then like it was like perfect, dude. It was a seamless edge. And that's like impossible for me. Like if I lose my cut and I have to like start again and start where I left off, like it's either like just a little bit too underneath or a little bit too overneath. Like I can never
Right.
get, and I'm like, oh man, that's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Antonio, oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, and it has, a lot of it has to do with the way that you move your blades too. I mean, the
Yeah,
pressure, because if you just laying the blade there and you just put a knife there, don't expect to do anything because the knife doesn't cut without you telling it what to do.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of it has to do with how you feel, having the right blade for the right angle. I mean, it's you have to also make sure there's no water on the edge because the water will betray you on the top. I mean, it's a lot of factors that you have to understand before you can actually shave. And but again, you just all you gotta do is all you need is time, and then you're gonna get it. It's not hard at all. It's
yeah,
actually fun.
yeah,
One
absolutely.
thing that I learned, and I don't know if I can, talking about shaving, I don't know if I can demonstrate this, but on the top edge, I'll take my knife, I'll stick it out just a little bit, find a nice sharp spot in it, and I put my
And
finger right
that's
there
it.
on the
That's it. Yep.
right there on the blade and the sheath at the same
That's
time,
it. Yep.
and my finger holds the film down. Sometimes if your film's overlapped a little bit, you'll get a film cut, and you just got to push through it. Don't have your film overlap too far because it will cut deep.
Yeah.
But
And
usually I can do that, and the nice thing about that technique is you can you can pull towards you, you can push away from you, and it's all the same motion, the same feel. There's no awkwardness. So that's how I learned to do it, because I used to have that problem with trying to get the knife to hold the film, and you get that one spot that's not tacked a little bit and it lifts just a hair, and that's enough to ruin the whole window. Then you're like, oh shit, start
see, Alex
again.
is too young. See, Alex is too young for this. But I remember, I'm at the time of shaving with the file.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
that's the time
I
I
still
grew
got
up.
my file set. My favorite file I had sitting on a seat of a car, and I still have it, but I set it on the seat of the car and then left it there. It was the last window, and I went to do the windshield, and I sat on it and snapped it in half. I was
Ah,
so mad.
Jesus. You're like, well, Red Dot comes in.
But yeah, then I
No.
learned how to not use the file, and it speeds things up. You just gotta check your edge and make sure that
Hmm.
you got the right angle on it. Match the
Yeah.
bevel.
And I can show you how to do that, Alex. I mean, it's not difficult. You just gotta put a little mind to it. You know what I'm saying? And just don't overthink about it because a lot of tinners, what they do, we overthink about this, and that's actually not that hard. Is if you just put, hey, listen, this is just A and B. That's it, simple. Keep it simple, stupid. You heard that phrase before. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
know, a lot of our minds, in our tenors and everything in life, we overthink about things, and it's actually pretty simple, man. Like when I went to do a competition, I was like, man, it's nothing, because it's what we do every
Nike
day.
got it figured out, just do it. When you think about it, that's when the nerves get a hold of you. That's when you start making mistakes, because you're letting your mind do it, and your mind doesn't have imposable thumbs. Your mind can't do it. Your hand has to do it. And again, that goes back to letting the muscle memory be in charge. Without that, it's tough, especially when you got a crowd watching you, and you're trying to compete. And
Yeah, Alex, I don't know if you do this but when I tent or anything in the competition, whatever, I mute everybody from me.
yeah.
If you can learn how to do that, you can learn how to focus because it becomes you in the car. That's it.
Well, so Antonio was saying like I got the shakes bad at the competition, and like what I noticed was that like I was fine up until I recognized my first mistake. And then in my head, I instantly thought like, "Oh my god, everyone's probably watching me, and everyone probably just saw me fuck that up." And what's funny was like I was talking to my wife after the fact, and she was like, "Man, you should have seen like some of these crowds people had around them." And I was like, "How many people are watching us or watching me though?" And she was like, "Just me and Viv and that Alex guy." And I was like, "Oh wow!" So like the whole time it was just you and then my wife watching me and like nobody else. But in my head, like I didn't know that. Like it felt like
world
the
was
whole
watching.
world saw that.
And-
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and the
and-
funny thing is, your little mistakes while you're doing that, you could have the biggest crowd around you. The only people that's going to see your mistakes are you and the judges.
That's
And
it.
those are the only people
Because
that matter. But
I,
yeah, I get it.
hey, a lot of your mistakes, it's somebody's idea. Ooh, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it's definitely fun, man. It's definitely fun. Like I said, when I do things, you know, and I shave and I do my installs and God, man, there's ways that I do things and people are like, how the heck you do that? Like how? And again, it just comes down to, man, I've been doing this for almost 18 years, and I'm in the industry for 18 years, almost 20 years doing it, and I learn a lot, man. I learn a lot from everybody's, you know, their mistakes, my mistakes, you know, what fits me better. I mean, I learn your way, and then I try to adjust it to be my way. And you know, at the end of the day, it's what matters is how you get it done your way. You know what I'm saying? As long as you happy with your job, you know, then you'll be fine.
Yeah. The key ingredient is to make sure your customers are happy.
Oh,
Sometimes I
Antonio's got a
struggle
good
with.
one. He says he forgot to spray the window before the install on one window, and he felt like the whole world was watching him.
Now
Eh,
that might be a mistake the crowd would see.
that's a rookie mistake right there. But see, you
Well, that
learn from that mistake right there. You see, you learn, you grab that mistake, and you be like, okay, you gotta make it to a positive things. You know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, I forgot this. So let's make fun. Let's make something fun about that. It you know, a long way with my business, man. What I do is I try to do the best that I can do. You know what I'm saying? And make sure the clients are happy and give them the best, you know, best result that I can give them. You know, but spring water, not spring water, it's not one of them.
So
Damn,
there are
Antonio.
a couple of mistakes that the crowd might notice. Like, did he
Well,
just
Man,
put that on dry?
one for me that felt pretty silly was when I went to go recut, the pattern. So the second try, like I pulled the film out, I cut it, and like I didn't even make it to the car to put it on the window before I crinkled it. And I was like, "Oh, come on, are you serious?" So I have to toss that one and then grab another one. It was like, uh, what? Them
It,
nerves, man.
it's a real thing.
And then you get done and you just gotta let it all out, and then you're just like the adrenaline. You're just like, oh
so
man,
like,
that was
so
amazing.
so we have what you want to call it? What's his name? Cash wants to talk. He's talking about muscle memory. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep.
You know, I mean,
So,
it's. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, nothing. I'm gonna follow up with what you're about to say.
Yeah. So pretty much, you know, a lot of things that you know, as a new tenor. I mean, how long you been doing this?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. So in 3 years, do you see anything better or different from yourself? You know, to the previous year before.
Oh, absolutely. I've learned how to minimize my crease points when I two stage, like by a lot. I learned how to minimize, the dust and the contamination on the sides from where I peel my plastic. I learned not to go as far as I can where I peel the rest of the liner. That really helps. I learned how to handle the film better, so I'm not tacking up as soon as I put the film on the window, so I have a little bit of play. I keep myself from going past the top edge when I move my film around, because I know if you go past the top edge and you slide your film down, it drags in a lot of stuff.
Right.
I'm getting better with the routine of like from prep to install. So there's that.
Placement's
Yeah.
important. Cash just brought up a good point that I mention a lot. The way I trained my stepson was I just stuck him in somebody's garage. I had cars to go to, and I didn't have time to sit there and hold his hand. I showed him one time, and I left him there for 8 hours to tint the same window over and over and over again. And he did that for a week. We exhausted a lot of film, But on week number 2, he was able to go with me and tint doors for me. Now, he wasn't fast, but he had the muscle memory. He knew his steps, and it was the easiest way to train somebody that I ever trained somebody. And I can't get anybody to learn that way. It's like everyone's wanting to, what's the cheapest film I can get? And I'm struggling, sometimes with the back glass, sometimes with the door. And with him, it's like he learned to do doors and he mastered that. And that's when I let him, hold a heat gun and even look at a back window. He just was able to think. And now he's so damn anal, he thinks every window's got to be perfect. And he'll tint a car in about 50 minutes, and then he'll do another hour and a half of touch-ups. And the worst part is, most of the time you look over his shoulder where he's touching up, and it's like, what are you even doing? He's like, the spot. I'm like, what spot? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I feel it. I feel him, man. I feel him, because that was me. That was me maybe 10 years ago. And you learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. But that was me, because I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be OCD about everything. But what I learned throughout my years of experience now is that, once you create a routine that works best for you when it comes to cleaning, when it comes to how you lay the film properly, the amount of soap and water you apply to the gaskets and everything, when you learn how to do all of this stuff, you get barely anything. Barely anything. And that's how it's been working for me for the past years. And I've been doing this for almost 18 now. So, I want to grow, showing different people different techniques. But you're right, because not everybody wants to understand it, because everybody's on that YouTube stuff, thinking that YouTube knows it all. And,
and the reality is, it's good to want a perfect tint job, but that's not realistic. What you want to do perfectly is make every customer happy. And the best way to do that is sometimes by stumbling and having comebacks, but you learn what customers see, because there's so much stuff that we see that the customer will never see. Like the thing right now is everybody puffing out their chest with their shaved edges, and look at the gap on that window, and I see an 1/8 inch gap, and I'm like, that's fine. Customer will never see that.
You'll start good and you go, "Ooh, what happened here?"
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like, everyone's like, oh, the film sticks too quick. Use more soap. Use more soap. Then when you roll the window up and the front edge of the window slides down because it wasn't stuck. I mean, you squeegeed it all out, but you can still move it around. That's not good either.
Cash said YouTube knows a lot, but not everything is good. Then right.
Yeah. The neat thing about YouTube is anybody can post a how-to video and make it look real, make it look convincing. And in a video, it looks like crystal clear video, but you don't get to see all the things that are really there. You watch a video and you're like, wow, I need to do it the way he did it, because that's amazing. And it's not always the case.
Yeah, I'm over here with Eduardo. You come here. Come to the podcast. Eduardo's over here. He's the new guy in town. Come here. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, what up, y'all?
Hey,
what's up?
Man?
And he's the new guy. Here you go, boss. He's the new guy that I'm training to basically, become the best tinter. And I'm not saying the best tinter as he's the best at all, but what I told him was, when I'm teaching him how to do things, I told him my job is to make sure that your skills perform better than what you're doing right now, because you're not trying to be better than me, you're trying to be better than yourself. And a lot of the things, I don't want him to learn from how I'm learning. I want him to understand what I'm doing, for him to do the best way that he can do by himself, because he's already been training to do things. So if I change his way of doing things, he might be like, how do I do this? Right. So I'm trying to teach him a lot of the things that may work for him. And so far he's been doing great, man. So far he's been doing, I'm thinking about bringing him for next year event. So hopefully, he'll be trained for that.
I think these
That's
events
cool.
are so monumental for people. I went so many years in this industry, like I don't know, 25, somewhere between 25 and 30 years in this industry without going to a single event. And I went to my first event mainly because I was curious. And
Oh yeah.
I come out of that event with so much more knowledge and ambition and just like something got resparked. Something was like, oh wow, all of a sudden, where without them, it just becomes a job. And
I mean, you definitely gonna have fun with it.
yeah, yeah.
You definitely have fun. I mean, and that's my mentality every time I go to an event. Everybody asks me, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Not even, man. Let's just get it done. Come on, bring it on." Because I mean, everybody that do know me and seen me and know me personally, they know that I'm all about having a good time. It's all about you know. What this guy said. You see what Cat said?
Alex can testify from lowest to in the 90s.
you know but I mean, I come from the times that Rick Tolman was man, he didn't have no beard, man. Rick Tolman didn't have no beard. He only had
Back when he was a little
one
bit,
little thing right there.
yo,
And that's the time I
Wait,
grew up. He didn't
you
have
saying that I
none
could
of
be
that.
like a Rick Tomlin like one day? Because that's all I got
Hey,
right now.
hey, I mean, hey, you can make it happen, bro. You can
you're
make
on
it
your
happen.
way.
Because I didn't have any of this stuff, and I made it happen. So you can make it happen. But
This
I
is
mean,
this is all the beard I can grow, so I grow it because it'll grow, and it's all white.
Avery's gonna bring his son next year. That's
yeah, come on,
cool.
Harry. That'd be
I
awesome.
look for I look forward to all the new faces next year. That's like what I'm really looking forward. I like we get to see all the same people every day on Facebook and at the same events and whatever, but it's like it's the new people that keep me excited. Like, damn, I haven't seen you before. Then you hear that they're like new, but then also competing, and it's like, hell yeah! Like I like rooting for the unknown or the underdogs. Like let's see some shit go down. I
And
don't know.
speaking of, events next year and everything, this year's not over. We still got the WFCT coming up in September, and then October we got the end of October we got SEMA. Those are. I mean, WFCT is the first event I went to, and it was awesome. Now there's some politics behind the scenes that when you get too deep into it, you may not like them, but the event itself and what you get out of it is huge for 99% of the people there. Unfortunately, you might get 1% of the people make more noise than the other 99% sometimes, and it seems like, oh, I don't want to go to that one. But I haven't been to the family reunion because Alex keeps bogarting them, but I've been to the WFCT several years in a row. I've been to all the Tinner battles, and every one of them has something different to bring to the table, but every one of them you leave feeling so geeked and energized. And also, I started tinting in the 80s, and back then everybody that could hold an open knife was the enemy, and you didn't talk to them, you didn't share things, you didn't,
That is true.
so there was no camaraderie, none of that stuff. And what this industry is evolving into now is just amazing, and how it's I mean, it's only fitting that WFR named it the family reunion, because
Right.
it's becoming more and more like family. And when if you're even a little bit active, like Cash, he doesn't have a profile picture now. And the first year I went, nobody knew me because I just had a sunshine as my profile picture, and so I was able to walk through. But then I got a little active, and I actually put a real picture of me on. And the next year I went, and you couldn't walk 10 feet without somebody recognizing you and stopping and having a conversation. And that's what it's all about, is just having a whole week, or 3 days worth of conversations with so many different people, and not just hearing the stories, but again, the techniques, talking about, well, how do you do this? And you share yours and they share theirs, and that sparks an idea. And, you always walk away from those things with something new. And
Yeah, no, that's true. Look what Cash said. Cash said you need Brittany for a week so both of you guys can attempt or block Alex before he calls dips.
well, I see a lot of these companies like Fusion Tools, they'll shut down and go to an event for a week, but that doesn't really put it on the shops. I want to be able to do that, but the problem with it is I'm selling directly to tint shops, and they don't plan like that. If I leave for a week, and a lot of tinners wait until they don't have enough film for the next car and they order it, and oh my God, it's a crisis. And if I'm gone for that week, and I did that one year, I went to WFCT and we shut down for the week, and oh
Wow.
my God, afterwards it was like never again. There was no, I was calling people back home to see if I could get somebody to go up to the warehouse and meet somebody so that they could get film, because they were just pitching a fit at me. And on one hand, I'm like, your lack of planning, it shouldn't be my problem. But on the other hand, I remember what it was like to just do enough to get by until something clicked,
Oh yeah. That's how I started. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys remember. Alex, you probably be too young for this, but when I first started, I was doing. I started with Aegis, right? And and before that, I worked for other companies, and we used Sontex and Lumar and stuff like that. But when I first started doing my own things, I didn't have it like that, man. I only bought 25 feet off the road on each grade, because I didn't have enough money to afford it, and I didn't have enough clients to afford it. And
I had a customer just, I don't know, a little over a week ago called me up, and he's probably around $10,000 a year in film, and it's not a ton, but for him it's what it needs to be. And he called me up because he struggled sometimes to get film during the week when he knew he needed it, because he didn't have the extra money sitting aside to order it. So Friday comes, and he doesn't really have enough film, but so he needs to order it, and he happens to be 2 days shipping from me, and he didn't get it until Tuesday, because Saturday and Sunday don't count. And he called me demanding that he's going to take his business elsewhere if I don't switch to FedEx. And
oh snap.
I used to use FedEx, and FedEx, just like anybody, they damage your stuff, but FedEx wouldn't honor claims. And so when they damage my stuff, they tell me that was my problem, and I can't do business like that. And I had to let a customer go because his inability to plan ahead, and I don't know. My thought is, on a roll of film, a full roll of film, you should be able to get about 10 cars out of, and one car should pay for that roll of film. So you can buy your next roll of film with the first car or the last car. Your choice. Shouldn't be my problem.
And it's funny, but that's exactly what I did, man. 25 feet gives me enough to do 2.5 cars. Right. So one in the middle messed up, if I do messed up. And man, let me tell you, when I first started, man, the first job, after I afford the first tent, I had to run back and get more 25 feet so I can afford the next job.
Yeah.
And I did that.
I had a customer, our carbon, we sell 50-foot half rolls and 40-inch. And we had a customer call and chew us out because he bought a 50-foot roll and he was only able to get 2 cars out of it. And he's like, that couldn't have possibly been 50 foot. And I'm like, well, my roll down machine's got a counter on it. And if the film doesn't pass the counter, it doesn't count it, so it's 50 feet. But we got to talking to him, and, you know, he didn't mess up that much. So he did mess up some film, and he was using the whole 40 inches for each door. So he's wrapping,
Uh,
you know, like 12 and 12 is 24 and 5. You know, he's well over 20 feet a car. And like, yeah, you're only going to get 2 cars that way. You have to think in terms of how much film did you put in the garbage. You know, each 3 foot should do 2 doors. You
I
know,
mean, you know,
about 2.5
I know.
feet.
Oh yeah, and, you know, and I'm normally counting. I mean, every little mistake, every little thing that I, you know, have my square, and I want to make sure that every little spot is taken care of. Because I use the plotter now, and I can also do it by hand. You know, I'm a tenor, not an installer.
Right. Well, and that's the thing about the plotter too. It will teach you film management.
Yes.
Because
Oh
of
yeah.
the way it's
And
laid out. A lot of people are
yeah,
like, "Oh, I didn't realize I could cut the back quarters with the front
man.
doors."
I mean,
Or,
you see, if you see the pattern, everything's like this.
mm-hmm,
But when you cut it, everything's on that sheet, and you'll be able to save so much. I mean, I'm not a plotter guy myself. I love hand cutting because I'm just old school. You know, I started
mm-hmm.
when I was dude, I started when I was what 18, 19. You know, and now I mean I got almost 18 years doing this stuff. I mean, started young, and that's how I learned. I mean, shoes. I learned how many. Let me see. How many times yeah, you seen anybody using powder as your soap or a dry sheet for the back window?
Yeah, well, I learned wet shrinking first I learned to splice windows because nobody knew that you could shrink window film. And
Right.
then we learned to wet shrink, and then yeah, the amazing gift of baby powder came along. But that
No,
was
yes,
a little
Alex don't
different.
know anything
'Cause
about that.
but you couldn't really place you know, after you shrunk it, you couldn't set it. And then somebody came up with a dryer sheet idea, and it was like, oh my God, this is like a combination between baby powder and wet shrink. And it shrinks like baby powder, but you can stick it down like wet shrink. Oh, this is
Oh man,
fantastic.
it was amazing. Man, Alex, I love using the baby powder because the whole day you smell like baby. Right?
Yeah.
That's what you do. You smell like baby, but it was a messy job, man. We had to rinse the car. Every single job, we had to rinse it off because
Yeah,
they just,
otherwise you
it
get
just,
white crusty stuff all over the place.
and
Oh,
then, uh,
I gotta hop off though. I got a Mercedes. I got it sent here at 6:15.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
we're
it's on the
37 minutes
roadways.
over. We closed
Maybe
37
you
minutes
know.
ago. Heck,
well,
Ayana's still out there getting it. She's like, and the phone ain't ringing because they're shut off, and UPS has already been here. And
Oh,
she's like, they ain't noticing. I got hours to make up. Look at this.
yeah, Alex. But if you ever, if you ever answer some questions or you have any question for me, you can always reach me out, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Anybody,
Thank
not
you,
just
man.
Alex. Anybody can reach me. It's no problem. You know,
Dude,
I'm here
I
to help
appreciate you,
everybody.
man.
Yeah, anytime,
Well,
man. I
Alex,
mean, hey, man, you remember when I went like this, Alex?
Yeah.
well, we appreciate you coming on. Gave us
Yeah,
some good stuff to talk about for
man.
sure. But
Anytime. Just let me know when you guys, come back on board. We can definitely talk for another hour.
hey, Alex, where are you located?
I'm here located in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Georgia,
Oh, okay.
Lawrenceville. So
Yeah,
you're like neighbors with Cash.
yep. Cash and I, we live in the same county, Gwinnett. Yeah, I don't
Nice.
know where he lived though, but yeah, me and Cash are. Cash, I'm located in Lawrenceville. I'm in close to downtown Lawrenceville, Cash. I mean, I'm gonna get together with Cash one day.
Cash
You
is good
know.
people.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, the problem with me is I don't go up on the internet much. I'm the kind of guy that stay quiet and do my own things. I don't really go up. I'm old school, bro. Like I don't care about what everybody got to say, but I want everybody to know of me, and so I have to do this. I have to go back. I'll go,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
everybody know, hey, I'm right here. You know,
Well,
but
shoot,
it's
man.
gonna be
All
fun.
right.
Oh, Snellville, look at that. Hey, Cash. We almost neighbor. We're like 20 minutes down the road, Cash. Brooks,
right, see you
on the
guys.
street. Yep. Alex gotta
All
go.
right, Alex is out of here. Yeah, I gotta get too. I'm gonna be late for dinner. I'm surprised the
All
wife
right.
hasn't called yet, but she's got other things going on, so she's distracted right now. Thank God.
Hey man, I appreciate you
But
guys
yeah,
letting
man,
me in, man.
absolutely. We like visitors, whether it's on the podcast or in person. It don't matter.
Yeah, man.
We're
I mean,
good with that.
anytime, man. Just give me a call. Get my attention and get me in. It's no problem.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. It's been
You
good.
got it.
And oh, Maverick wants to know how far you are from Athens.
Who? Me? I'm
Yeah.
I'm 30 minutes. 30 minutes away.
All right, Maverick,
Oh
you
yeah.
got to go find Alex Serrano.
Yeah. Talk to me, Maris.
Look him up.
I
He's
sent him a request already.
yeah, he's getting ready to drive across the country and stop by and visit all kinds of folks. So you might be
Amen.
first on his list.
Hey, I'm not far from him. All right, guys. You got to be
All
safe.
right, man. It's been good. We'll catch
It's
you all
been
next week.